Of this club this year. I'd like to start out by inviting George Morgan forward to do the invocation. The pledge, I'll do that, and then the milestones will be done by Dennis.
Please bow with me. Heavenly Father, we come into your presence. We thank you for the beautiful day you've given us. The temperature is perfect even in the middle of July. We ask you to bless the food that you provide for us, that will nourish our bodies, and teach us how to better serve you and our fellow man. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Good. Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today we celebrate member birthdays for First Lady Stephen Mold at July 7th, Michael Estrada, July 12th, Randall Surrey, July 12th, spouse's birthday, Juanita Towery, July 7th. Is today the 7th? I just wonder if you were paying attention. Anniversaries, Michelle and Justin Marshall, they're puppies, 5 years. And I'm happy to welcome Ron and Cheryl Barrick to the 54 Club. My wife and I and Ron and Cheryl are now married 54 years. And club anniversary is Ron Burke, 12 years on July 7th. That's tomorrow. So good.
Thank you all so much. Thank you. I'll just bring to your attention real quick here that Henry is filming our meetings now, and we're putting them on YouTube. So when you're up here, I just want you to be aware you're being filmed. If you brought a guest today, would you please stand and introduce your guest?
Good afternoon. I am proud to have here with me my son Charlie.
Good afternoon. I brought with me my friend Kevin Racine.
Fellow Rotarians, it's my privilege today to introduce a very special guest. I'm going to start with actually two of them. Rhonda Pritchard, who is being inducted today. She is the general manager at Wolf Ranch and one of our newest sponsors, dual sponsors. So please give her a hand. And I'm also very pleased to introduce Jim Bracken. He is the newest commander of the Military Order of the Purple Heart chapter here in Georgetown.
That's okay. Go ahead, Sam.
I don't know what I'm doing. No, I'm Sam Smith from the Sun City Club. This is my son, Caleb, visiting from the Interact Club.
I'd like to introduce you guys to my new Director of Operations. This is Kim May. And with all the law enforcement presence in the room, if y'all could just take a second look, make sure our background check didn't miss anything.
Okay, do we have any visiting Rotarians? Okay.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Holloway, Sun City Club. Glad to be here.
Thank you all and welcome. At this time, I'd like to ask David Messerang to come up and give us the update on membership.
Good afternoon. Not exactly updated yet, but we do have two inductees today, and could we have have Rhonda Pritchard and Martha come up, please, and their sponsors. Dave, Jeannie, excuse me. Come on, well, today's the day we officially welcome you to Georgetown Rotary, and appreciate you being here. You have been recognized by our board, by our membership, as having high ethics and standards and integrity that we as Rotarians like to serve our community with. We do have some expectations of you, and I'm sure you have some expectations of us. We expect that you'll be here faithfully and make up if you can, meetings that you might miss. We have expectations that you'll support this club and this community in our projects and endeavors, and we have these expectations that you'll support us financially as well as us supporting you in what you're trying to do. Having said that, I would like to present you with your badges, or your pins, I'm sorry. Mark. Unfortunately, this is my inaugural flight, so it's a little bit rough. And some information on what we do and how we do it, and websites. And again, let me welcome you to our Rotary Club. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and welcome to our new members. One of the things I wanted to do this year was kind of feature some of the programs that we do. We have a lot of new members that might not really know all the programs that our club sponsors. One of the first ones I want to talk to you about is RILA, and I have a real short clip that I've asked Myra to run, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we just did this week. Yeah, did you like that? That's just kind of a real quick view of what RILA is. RILA stands for Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, and our club sponsors 2 campers that are there for a full week. It's $500 a camper, and then we paid for one evening meal for $1,200. And our fabulous cook, Larry Bingham, did steak fajitas for these kids, and we did all the trimmings. It was quite an event, and I would like at this time to bring up some folks that helped do that meal. Larry Bingham, of course, and he's not here today, but Dennis Pepin was there, Myra Page. If y'all would stand or come forward, I really want to recognize you for all the hard work that y'all did. Vanessa Red, Wilson Morris, Dave Kendrick, Jeanette Harrington, and myself. So we had quite a fun time and worked hard, but thank you all for your service above self for going to RILA Camp this week. Thank you. RILA made a card for us to thank us. There was 200 people that we cooked for, so it was no small feat. There's 100 campers, and as I said, we supported 2 of those. And then the rest of them were staff and the volunteers that are actually counselors for the kids. I'm going to start this around over here. Maybe we can get it around for everybody to see. Thank you. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is ask David Kellerman to come up. And I think Myra found we have something from Facebook that we kind of wanted to show you. And Jeannie, did you want to come up with David to talk about some things that are coming up? So Myra, if you can pull that up. This is something that went on this week as well.
That was a video that Jeannie shot at down in San Gabriel Park on Wednesday. If you weren't down there, beautiful firework display. That was a miniature field of honor we had out there. We had 50 flags posted. I want to thank Mark Hupp and Scott for helping me set that up Tuesday morning. Went pretty easy, but then I want to also thank everybody who came out Wednesday and manned the booth and spread the word about the Field of Honor. If you worked it on Wednesday and Tuesday, if you'd please stand for a moment so we can recognize y'all. Thank y'all. It was a beautiful day, nice weather as y'all know. The rain didn't slow us down. Had a lot of people say that they knew about the field, and quite a few who did not, but we passed the word. On your table is this year's bifold brochure that we've been passing out. Y'all can thank Michael Cox. Michael, where are you at? I know you're here. Right in front. He designed it for us. Beautiful work, Michael. Thank you. And with that, Jeannie.
Well, Rotarians, we have some wonderful opportunities to promote the Field of Honor. And this is all because of Rhonda Pritchard and Wolf Ranch. And part of their sponsorship is giving us the opportunity to set up a booth at Wolf Ranch for some of their new activities that they're having. So we need your help. We all need at least 3 to 4 people who can help next Wednesday, the 13th. Is it Wednesday or Friday? Friday the 13th, how about that? To set up the Rotary booth and the Field of Honor information and to man it at 8 p.m. for movies in the park. Now, you can stay as long as there seems to be traffic, but then it can come back down and you can leave once the movie starts unless you have constant traffic. But I need somebody to take the lead on getting that set up and organized and manning the booth. We also have another movies in the night in the parking lot on July 27th. And again, that setup is at 8 p.m. and the movie ends at 10:30, but you don't have to stay that long. Just again, as long as you have traffic. There's also on August 4th, a back to school event. And that setup is 8:45 a.m. So lots of parents and kids will be coming to the parking lot, and we have the opportunity to have the visibility there. And that's, again, setup is at 8:45 in the morning. And then later in October, and you'll hear about these last two again and again, I need somebody for the Halloween event, October 27th, set up at 4 p.m. and between 4 and 6 to man it. So, but the most urgent need right now is I need somebody for Friday the 13th and the 27th. So if you'll please come see me right after the meeting today, and then if you want to help as well, just to man the booth for that short period of time, we would really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jeannie. Thank you, Jeannie. The other program I wanted to mention to you on the next slide is Libraries of Love. Trudy Marshall, Executive Directors of Libraries and Laws, have visited our club in the past and has talked to us about all of the wonderful children that these books go to in Africa. Our club donated $2,500 in support of this effort this year, and I wanted you to be aware of that. Since 2005, they have actually touched 98,000 children in Africa, so that's pretty amazing. Okay, then there's a ramp build coming up, Myra. I think I've asked people to come and see you if they're interested in helping. July 14th, it's going to be in Copeland, Texas, so that's the next thing coming up. And then the next slide I wanted to show you is about the Camp Courage. It's going to be going on at Rock this summer. If you'll remember, during the Patriot Ball, we raised funds to support Camp Courage. So we are the presenting sponsor of this camp, which is really kind of cool. And I'll give you more information about it next week, but they're asking that our club come out and show their support as they kick off this event, and it's going to start Monday the 16th. Okay, with that, I would like to introduce one of our own, Miss Delta Jolly. She's our program today. She served as a police officer and is now assigned to Community Engagement Officer for the Georgetown Police Department. As a police officer, she is widely known and loved in our community and in our school district. The trumpet gives you more information about her, but with no further ado, I'd like to bring her on.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so I'm Delta Jolly, and yes, we have a lot of fun stuff happening. Real quick, I'm going to introduce my additional speakers because you guys thought you were just getting all of this. No. I have our school resource officers and my lieutenant who has the amazing glory of working with me, Lieutenant Burt Witcher. You can stand up. And Sergeant Kyle Sanford. He's one of our SRO Sergeant, Officer Ray Rodriguez, and Officer Vernon Camp. They'll be speaking with you momentarily. So the program is about community engagement, and what better way to talk about it is also with our school resource officers, because they deal with and interact with our children an awful lot. I'll talk briefly about the programs that I do. I run the Explore Post for the police department, and we talked about some of the fun events that are happening at Wolf Ranch. Our police explorers assist with that. We just did Touch a Truck on June 23rd. It's an amazing day. That's Saturday. We'll also be doing the movie nights and Halloween and all that other good stuff, but we are based with fundraisers. We're funded by fundraisers. So our explorers go out and raise money in order to go to competitions and such things. The only thing the police department pays is for their amazing cute little uniforms. So we have a good time. We enjoy being mentors and teaching them the things that we know, teaching them how to be young adults and responsible adults making the right decisions. So our role is more than being a police officer in the school. Our role is to be their mentor and to be their counselor at times. And so our school resource officers, come on up. We're going to talk a little bit about that through the Junior Police Academy program. While they're walking, our Junior Police Academy program runs every summer. Right now, I believe this summer we have 5 academies that ran. We're going to have 5. It started out with 3, and it has exploded ever since. We've had to add 2 more age group camps in order to accommodate all the children that wanted to participate. All right, I'll give it over to Officer Camp. I'll be your clicker.
All right. Okay, so as she said, we're all school resource officers. I'm at Georgetown High School, and honestly, I see the kids at my school probably more than I see my own at home. We spend a lot of time with them. And during the summertime, 3 years ago, we started the Junior Police Academy. Started out with 3 one-week-long academies. Like she said, it's already risen to 5. So I'm not really for sure where we'll be at next year, but we're still having to turn kids away because we don't have the space for them. So, but everything that we do is by us going out and finding sponsors. We don't necessarily have a budget that we run off of, so we're always looking for new people that would like to help out and support the program. It's great, it really is. We have 8 to 10-year-old groups, we have 11 to 12 and 13 to 14, and it's really neat whenever I'm off and with my family and HEB shopping or whatever, and these kids run up and they give me a hug. They recognize us, you know, and they remember us from the previous summer, and so it's great. We're able to build these relationships with these kids when they're elementary, middle school age, and so when they come into the high school, they've already got it, you know, they know that we're not bad guys. You know, they can come to us, they can trust us. You know, also we build a relationship early with the parents, you know, so I mean, this is community at its best. And this year, GISD has kind of jumped in with us. And because we've been, for the last couple of years, running around getting vans from the city, and it's a real hassle, it really is. But this year is kind of special because GISD has thrown their big yellow bus at us. So now we're able to put them all on one bus, and they even give us a driver. So we're all kind of jumping in it together, and it's just every year it's becoming more and more special. We do, of course, we do a lot of police stuff with them, but we also want to jump into their worlds. We go to the pool with them, Williams Pool. We go to Interspace Cavern. We have bicycle courses set up. We'd like to do more stuff. You know, we've taken them to bowling alleys. I think maybe in the future we'd like to maybe branch out and maybe go to the Capitol. I don't know. The sky's the limit. But we do need support, and we are always looking for people that are interested in helping out. So if anybody would like to help out or is interested, please reach out to me or any of the SROs, and we can provide you with some information.
Yeah. All right, jump back in. Thank you, Kim. All right, so our video's not working. It kind of had a glitch in the system, or in the matrix. But I'm here all day.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hey, and this camp is free. I just want to say that. So it's usually between 25 and 30 kids in each class, but it's free. So it's first come, first serve, you know, and that's why this thing fills up in like a week, but this is a free camp for these kids. And we have them 8 hours a day, Monday through Thursday, so, sorry.
No, you're good. This is your show. I'm just here. All right. So our video's not working, but just to kind of expound on that, why we do some of what we do, it's not just because they have interactions with them. It's not just because our kids are in the school, but we're truly trying to make a difference in the kids' lives. And some of these kids wouldn't have the opportunities to go to this program if it wasn't free. So another reason why Explorers is free. The only thing they gotta do is buy boots and a belt, because I don't want to see their underwear. So they gotta keep their britches up. But all of these programs are free to them. I mean, and what better opportunity to learn more about your police department than to actually be able to hang out with them for a week, or unfortunately the Explorers have to hang out with me all year long. So I was hoping it was gonna work. But we were going to show, I don't know if y'all gotten on Facebook and have seen Chiefs Nerf battle from this year. It's pretty fantastic, and we have some very competitive kids that were taking headshots at us. I took one to the eye, and I survived. But we make sure that they have an amazing time, and if you see the smiles on those kids' faces, they're not just told to cheese. Like, they really enjoy themselves, and they like invading in Chief's office. Other than that, I know it's a short program. Oh, no. I was getting excited. But the video was going to be part of the program, but it's not working.
I think they're hinting.
I think we're good. So while we're waiting, any questions? No? Yes, sir.
I turned on my Facebook this morning and I saw where you were putting a challenge out to some other police chiefs. Can you tell us about that? What was that issue called?
You guys wish it was auto-tune. No, okay, so we had a lip sync battle challenge that actually came out of San Antonio Police Department, and it kind of just caught on like wildfire, and we got challenged by APD, and yeah, I pretty much blew them out of the water. we won't discuss their skills. But Challenge Liberty Hill's Chief Campbell has done his video, and he also made his guys go out and do an additional video. We won't discuss that either. Round Rock is working it out, so we shall see. I haven't seen anything out of Hutto yet either. So these are just some of the fun activities that they do. Fingerprinting, they were over at Mel's. They had a great time there, as the officers did. They went to Interspace Caverns, had a good time there, and that's the Williams Pool. Parks and Rec helped us out with that, and that's Sonic. Clearly these kids are having a great time, but we also put them through PT and just kind of let them know exactly what it is that we do as police officers. We do let them hang out with the firefighters for a brief time. But we also put them through a bike course. They get to rappel. Again, we have kids that are afraid of heights and whatnot, and this kind of helps them get over their fears. Our Central Texas Regional SWAT team helps us out with that. And this is post Nerf War, and they get a pretty good workout. Oh, here's a Nerf battle. Yes. Maybe. Dramatic pause. Bum, bum, bum. So let's talk more about this lip sync battle. Just kidding. Yes. All right, so yes, there's a lot of fun and shenanigans happening that day. Ron wanted me to talk about Police Explorers and their competitions. So they are actually held throughout the state, and actually they have a national competition that's held at 4 different locations across the country. They rotate annually, but basically what our youth do, they are with me, unfortunately, for 2 hours every week, and they are able to learn all of our skills and things that we do. So learning penal code, learning how to do traffic stops, learning how to do high-risk stops. We do, Lord, a myriad of things. Traffic accident investigation, how to write and serve search warrants, white-collar crimes, burglaries, you name it, they learn it. And it's not just the fun stuff. We just had classroom time talking about warrants earlier this week. So they get to learn the entire spectrum of police work. without actually having to be a police officer, which gives them more information to really think about it. This is what they truly want to do in life. Our competitions, the main one is the state competition is held in Arlington, at UT Arlington campus, and they bring in everybody, Dallas Fort Worth, all the police explorer posts around there. Border Patrol brings their people in. It's awesome, and they get to have a really great time, get to meet other explorer posts, and start networking with them. It's just a phenomenal program for our youth to be a part of. And we just recently had a student that she didn't want to be a police officer, but she wanted to be an explorer. She wanted to go into forensics, and I explained to her that this was the civilian side of police work. And she's now a student at Sam Houston, and she's in a criminal justice program, but her major area of study is going to be in forensics. I've had 4 graduates of the program. 3 of them are at Sam Houston studying criminal justice. My 4th one is now a corrections officer over at Williamson County Sheriff's Office. So we've had great success from the program, and we're just hoping we can continue that success. Thanks, Ron. Yes, ma'am.
What do you estimate your average cost per student?
Cost per student? For uniforms?
No.
For everything? Well, Explorer Camp is not a camp, it's actually year-round. Junior Police Academy is the camp that's held during the summers. You want those numbers?
Well, I know that we t-shirts, you know, we're looking at, I think it's probably, let's see, 150 plus t-shirts, you know, so that, and then, you know, going to Interspace Cabin, which they donate every year, that's great, but some places like Mel's, you know, they give us discounts. I would say, you know, for the summer, between $2,000 and $3,000, you know, well, that would take care of, that takes care of pretty much the summer, all the camps, you know, with t-shirts and then planning out the different things we do. They got to change it up because we do get some repeat kids, but you know, so like throwing in Mel's in the mix, that's really great, you know. We're going to start throwing in city lights, and eventually, you know, maybe going down to the Capitol, you know, and so yeah, every year it gets a little bit more intense, but yeah, between $2,000 and $3,000 probably for shirts and snacks and waters and, you know, things of that nature. No, that would cover the whole summer for all of our camps, you know, so 150 kids, you know, plus kids, you know, for, you know, each of those. Yeah, probably, I mean, if you break it down, probably about $40 per kid.
Our mathematician on the side.
Yeah.
Any other questions? No, awesome. And time to spare. Yes. Did you have any words before I mean, I know I run the office, I just want to make sure. Just kidding. See?
Yeah.
You never let a lieutenant go without saying his words.
No, I come up just to say these guys and gals do a great job working with the kids, whether they're doing it in the school year, on their campus jobs, or creating programs during the summer. So we've really got a great group of guys and gals, and Georgetown should be proud of the job they do. So thank you all.
Yes, Ron.
Earlier this year, you were recognized with a specific award by the Capital Area Council for the Boy Scouts for your outstanding work with the Explorer Post, but beyond the Explorer Post, because of your work in the community. And I think this group needs to know you've been honored in that capacity for all of us in Texas.
Thank you. Yes. Love you, Ron. Okay, so I received the William Spurgeon Award, which apparently is a big deal, for the work that I do with the Explorers, and again, like Ron said, outside of the Explorer Posts, the community outreach that I do. It's just awesome. It was great to be there with a good group of people who also received. There are 2 of us this year, right? and just a good group of people to be around. Thank you. And Karen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a practice of our club to have our speakers sign a book that we donate then to Pearl Elementary. So if you'll do that for me before you leave, that would be awesome. Thank you so much. Bill. Thank you. All right. So, are there any other announcements for the good of Rotary? Come on up here. Come up here. What you've got to show is pretty important stuff. We want it on camera.
To follow her.
Yeah, right.
I tell you what, I've never seen a person whose name fits her so well as Jolly. Has anybody else ever fit that? Anyway, I was fortunate enough to attend the International Convention, and George did, and who else did? Yeah, Jerry, everybody did. And all sorts of fundraisers there, you find out. And a Canadian club, believe it or not, was beer. Rotary logo on a can of beer, and it was really good beer, which is why the can is empty to begin with. So I brought one if you want to see it. It was kind of unique. And then, of course, there was even then I'll be done, a whiskey fellowship. Okay, unfortunately I was on some medication and couldn't sample it at the time, but I could the beer. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up, that there's all sorts of ways that Rotary raises money for causes. Thanks.
Thanks, Scott. I thought those were pretty cool. Come on up, Jane.
Just wanted everybody to know that Anthony Criolla already stepped up for July 27th, so I still have the 13th, but thank you, Anthony.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you all so much. Okay, if you would all stand and recite the four-way test with me. First, it's true. Second, is fair to all concerned. Third, will yield goodwill and friendships. And fourth, will be beneficial to all concerned. Thank you all so much. We actually made it through this whole meeting. Yay! We're adjourned.